Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I'm here to do my June wrap-up. This month I managed to read 10 books, and I'm really happy about that, especially because I felt like this month was just a really slow reading month. For the last 2 weeks of June, I managed to kind of power on through and read a lot more than expected. So the first book that I read was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, and I was so excited to get approved to read this by NetGalley, so thank you so much again, NetGalley. You will actually see 2 other books in this wrap-up from them. I did do a non-spoiler book review, so I will go ahead and link that down below, and I will just let you guys know that I really did enjoy this book, and I ended up rating it a 4 out of 5 stars. Then right after that, I picked up The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. This was my first Jandy Nelson book, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't completely fall in love just because the main character just made some really poor decisions, and so I didn't really like the decisions that she made. But other than that, it really intrigued me, and I definitely want to read I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson because I really did love her writing style, and I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars. And then right after that book, I started to read a Jennifer L. Armentrout book. It wouldn't be a month of reading for me if I didn't read anything from JLA, and that book was Stone Cold Touch, and this is book number 2 in the Dark Elements trilogy. The last book I think is coming out very soon, and I cannot wait for that. I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and there is a massive love triangle in this trilogy, so if you don't like love triangles, I would suggest staying away, but if you don't mind them and you like Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing, I definitely suggest picking this one up. And then after that, I felt like I wanted to read something new adult, so I picked up 4 Seconds to Lose by K.A. Tucker. This was by far my favorite K.A. Tucker book that I've read, especially in this series. I ended up rating this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I believe I also did a non-spoiler book review from this book, so I will go ahead and link that down below too. And then I saw on Goodreads that Jennifer L. Armentrout is actually coming out with a new book called Scorched, and I saw that it was book 2 in the Frigid series, trilogy, duology, I don't even know. So anyways, I of course had to get the first books, so I went ahead and picked up Frigid by J. Lynn, and when you hear J. Lynn, it means that it's in her new adult genre, so I went ahead and read that, and I really enjoyed that story. I'm super excited for Scorched, and I rated Frigid a 4 out of 5 stars. Then after all of that, I realized I had been straying really far away from my TBR for the month, so I went ahead and picked up a TBR book, and that was The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. It took me a lot longer to finish this book than what I anticipated. I felt like the beginning was really slow, but towards the end I really did enjoy it. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this book, and I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars. My actual rating, I guess, would be 2.5, but I went ahead and bumped it up to 3 because Goodreads, they don't give you half-star rating. But yeah, right now I'm actually listening to the audiobook, The Infinite Sea, and I love the narrator's voices, and so I'm really enjoying it. The only downside is nothing is happening in the second book, which I hear a lot from booktubers about The Infinite Sea, so I'm not really surprised. But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars for this one. And then after that, I got approved to read Hidden Bodies by Carolyn Kepnes. I was so excited for this because this is the sequel to You by Carolyn Kepnes, and I've done non-spoiler book reviews for both of these novels. I will go ahead and leave those down below, and I highly suggest you guys checking them out if you like a psychological thriller type of book with really unstable characters. I definitely suggest you guys picking up You, and then when Hidden Bodies comes out in September, going and getting that one. I rated this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. And then after that, I started reading a book that I won off of Goodreads forever ago, and I really needed to read and review it, and that is In His Keeping by Maya Banks. And I know that this is part of a series, but I just decided to read this one. I thought it was okay. I rated this book a 2.5 out of 5 stars, but on Goodreads I actually bumped it down to a 2-star because when I was comparing it to The Fifth Wave, I enjoyed The Fifth Wave a lot more than I did this book. So yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite, and I probably won't continue on with the series. And then I was doing a buddy read with my lovely friend Mandy from Oh It's Mandy, and we picked up Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews, and I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm really enjoying YA books told from the male's point of view. It's kind of refreshing, sometimes a little disturbing, but still refreshing. So I told Mandy the other day that I definitely want to read more books from the guy's point of view. So if you guys have any suggestions on some great YA books told from a male's point of view, let me know below. And to finish out the month, I read Another Day by David Levington. Thank you so much, NetGalley, for also allowing me to read this book. I was so excited to hear that there was going to be a sequel. This is the next book after Every Day by David Levington, where our main character wakes up in a new body every day, and he really comes to terms with this, but then one day when he wakes up in Justin's body, he falls in love with Justin's girlfriend. So throughout the rest of the novel, he tries to find his way back to Justin's girlfriend because he is in love with her and he wants to be with her. And I did do a non-spoiler book review, so I will go ahead and link that down below. That one I rated a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely adored it. And unfortunately, this one just didn't hit the mark for me. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to rate it, and I will definitely do a non-spoiler book review, and I'll probably post it in July. But yeah, my thoughts are it was just okay, which I'm still really bummed about. Alright friends, well that does it for my June wrap up. Let me know below, like I said, some good YA books told from a male's point of view. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and like always, I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye!